KHOU 11 starts right now with a breaking news alert.
And breaking right now at 4 o'clock, an explosion rocks a downtown Houston hotel, sending several workers to the hospital.
I could see, glass raining down and, parts of the building were kind of like flapping in the breeze. So that's when I knew there must have been some kind of explosion.
A pile of debris now littering a downtown street as we get our first look at the damage done inside. We have live coverage from the site of the blast to the traffic impacts and what happens next. We have been following this breaking news since our noon broadcast.
And we can now tell you at least 6 workers were injured when a bank of tankless water heaters blew up.
Our Jason Miles, one of the first reporters on the scene. He is live from Texas Avenue and Austin Street with the very latest. Jason.
Hey there, guys. Yeah, this is as close as we can get to the hotel that was supposed to open very soon. Take a look toward the top of the building, and you can see those shattered out windows and part of the exterior wall bulging out, not on just one side, but at least 2 sides. Houston Fire sharing photos with me as well within the last couple of hours from inside the building. Right now, investigators believe a bank of tankless water heaters exploded, though it's not clear if there was natural gas involved. 6 construction workers, as you mentioned, were injured, transported to Memorial Hermann in the Med Center with varying injuries, including burns and lacerations. No one else besides construction crews were inside the building at the time, since, again, the hotel has yet to open. And fortunately, not a lot of people were outside on the street as glass and other debris blew out. That could have been a much different situation if there had been, say, an Astros game going on nearby, or if this had happened during rush hour. Here's a bit from my conversation with HFD's communications director. Can you kind of summarize the response? A lot of personnel here. I guess initially when you hear explosion or fire in a high rise, it prompts a pretty big response.
Exactly. So you've got kind of your standard response that we would have for a house fire, apartment fire, then that escalates with a high rise, and then because there was a report of explosion, we also had hazmat that was added.
HFD and the city have multiple teams working to determine the exact cause of the explosion, while others inspect the structural integrity of the building itself. The federal agency OSHA, which oversees workplace safety, expected to get involved at some point as well. Coincidentally, there's a banner on the construction zone fence that says, quote, "committed to zero accidents." You may be able to notice behind me, no more fire trucks are here on the scene, but investigators and others are still here. In fact, we've seen them going in and out of the building behind me. Now, as far as this intersection of Texas and Austin, it could be closed not only for hours, but potentially days. So keep that in mind if this is part of your daily commute. Reporting live downtown, Jason Miles, KHOU 11 News.
All right, thank you so much, Jason. It is a major intersection, and thousands will be heading home from work soon, or they're going to be going out for the evening. Junior Caruso here with the closures and alternate routes. Hey, Junior.
Hey, Ron. So, yes, like Jason was saying, Texas Avenue and Austin Street are definitely 2 roads you're definitely going to want to avoid. They are closed, but you're also going to want to stay away from Prairie, Caroline, and San Jacinto. Emergency crews are suggesting that you find another route if those are your normal streets. If you need to head southbound, you could use Fannin or La Branch. If you're coming in from the East Tex and you normally exit Texas Avenue, you may want to head to Franklin and exit there. Use that roadway. Just avoid Texas Avenue altogether. This is going to be closed down for a little while, and it's going to impact your traffic travel.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Junior Caruso. As we mentioned, the 17-story building is still under construction and was expected to open later this month.
Yeah, Jeff Jeffrey, he is a reporter with our partners at the Houston Business Journal. You have previously profiled this hotel.
That's correct.
So what can you tell us about it?
Well, it broke ground in 2023, and it's a combination Holiday Inn Express Staybridge Suites, which means that it has both kind of your typical daily hotel rooms, but then also it has the extended stay. You can stay for a much longer period of time, and it, received a $53 million construction loan, and so 17 stories, so it's a pretty big deal. It's probably the largest one under construction downtown, I would say.
Yeah, and because they're building a number of hotels downtown in anticipation of the World Cup next year.
And that's right, and that's kind of where this hotel kind of had perfect timing, is that the World Cup was officially announced. I think the dates were, or the cities were announced in 2022, and this hotel broke ground in 2023, so they were kind of thinking that they had kind of perfect timing for not only the World Cup, but also the Republican National Convention that's coming as well, so a number of large events that they could capitalize upon. And now we'll see what happens after this.
All right, I think it's pretty clear it will not be opening this month as scheduled.
I would think so.
Walk us through, in addition to the repairs, what are the things that are going to have to be on that calendar, and whether or not you think maybe they will make it in time in that 6-month deadline. And I'm sorry, also one last one.
Sure.
Did you reach out to the developer also?
I did reach out. I was not able to connect at this point. The developer is SLTX Capital, and the construction company was EE Reed, and so I've reached out to both of them, and I have not connected yet.
Okay.
So.
And then in terms of just all of the permitting and everything else, it's going to take a minute, huh?
It's going to take a minute. I mean, one, you have to establish what actually happened, what the damage is, and then you have to bring in the inspectors, the engineers, and then go through the permitting process to get the construction back up and running, which can always be a trick in Houston. So it's going to take a minute to get up and running again.
All right. Thank you so much. Jeff
Thank you.
Jeffrey with the Houston Business Journal. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
We will, of course, be staying on top of this breaking story on air and streaming on KHOU 11 Plus, our app. Ahead at 5 o'clock, we will have personal injury lawyers detailing how a blast like this can happen and how often.